In 12 months, this shining city by the sea will be on show to the world as the Gold Coast hosts the 21st Commonwealth Games. What better way to gauge its march to Games glory than an aerial tour with SeaWorld helicopters?
We really tried to keep everything relatively close and convenient for both athletes and spectators.
I've scored a front row seat on an inspection of the Games venues with athlete ambassador and organising committee member Brenton Rickard.
Brenton, you already get a sense of what's going on because there's little pockets of cranes popped up all over the skyline.
Yeah, there's heaps happening obviously, and just here right on the Broadwater you've obviously got the Aquatic Centre down here to our left, so that'll host swimming and diving and obviously be a pretty special part of our games.
It's so beautiful to see that pool obviously without a roof, which is something that's a little bit different.
Yeah, I think as an Australian we're used to swimming in the sun, and I always really enjoyed it, and I think it's one of those special things that we have to offer, that we've got a climate that we can swim outdoors with the sun on swimmers' backs.
Rivalling the blue of the pool is this new field at the Gold Coast Hockey Centre and close by Carrara Stadium.
We're heading to an area that's going to obviously get a lot of attention, and that always is the athletics.
Yeah, Carrara is really a big central hub for us. You've obviously got the existing stadium there that we're actually going to bump in a few extra thousand seats to bump up the capacity for both the opening and closing ceremony and the athletics, but there's also the new Carrara Sport and Leisure Centre next door.
Further north, the Athletes' Village is taking shape.
From up here you get a real sense of just how many people that will house.
Yeah, as you can see, it's quite a big space. I think there's about 7 hectares of parklands along with the actual buildings themselves, so we're going to house 6,500 athletes and team officials. It's really, I guess, kind of the marker for us. It's probably the biggest project of the game, so as you see it grow and come together, you really feel that excitement build as you're getting closer to Games time.
And of course, one of the lovely things about the Games is the fact that the Para Games happen at exactly the same time.
Yeah, it's one of the truly special things about the Commonwealth Games. It's an integrated program, so as a spectator you can come and watch the able-bodied and the para-athletes in the one session.
Para-swimmer Monique Murphy is among the medal contenders. She'll compete in a medley here at Southport, but her personal victory is already pure gold.
My parents threw me into the water at a young age. I joined a club in Canberra when I was just 6, and I swam for about 12 years. And I was in an accident in 2014 where I ultimately lost my leg below the knee. And I was in the hydrotherapy pool, and that feeling of getting back in the water was just magical. I felt free and I wasn't restricted by not having a leg. I could float in the water, I could move my arms. It was really liberating, and I've held on to that feeling since, and that's brought me back to the pool every day. I met a lot of sports people and a lot of swimmers, and they opened my eyes, and I realised that life was going to be just fine and I was going to be able to make it work. And that's one of my goals as a swimmer now, is to really advocate for what people with disability can do.
In 2 short years, Monique went from a rehab pool to the Rio Paralympics, where she won silver. Her sights are now fixed on Gold Coast 2018, and she has a secret weapon.
And we call it your mermaid fin.
Yes, I did have a fantastic mermaid fin made for me, and it's a beautiful fin covered in scales, big green tail. It's quite heavy, doesn't actually make me go any faster, but yeah, I get to be a real life mermaid.
Does it add to the excitement to prepare for the Commonwealth Games knowing that it's going to be right here and in these pools?
Absolutely. The idea of competing for my country, in front of my country, is just, it brings a smile to my face just thinking about it. It's going to be absolutely amazing.
This Tuesday, the 4th of April, the Gold Coast officially marks 1 year to go to the 2018 Commonwealth Games, with celebrations featuring a host of star athletes. And on April the 24th, expressions of interest officially open for Games tickets. You can scope out the Games venues from the air with SeaWorld helicopters, also available for special events and regional tours. And for more ways to explore the Gold Coast and beyond, hop on to the RACQ website and queensland.com.
Public transport will be the preferred way to get to and from Games venues, but the city is also pushing bikes as a great way for spectators to travel between events.
Enjoy, Sophie.
Thanks, James.
Beach Bikes will deliver wheels to anywhere on the Gold Coast and collect them afterwards. I'm checking out the Burleigh foreshore. This is the turnaround point for all marathon events during the Commonwealth Games.
Isn't it beautiful? Another of the stunning Gold Coast locations that will wow the world in a year from now. I can't wait. Well, I do hope you've enjoyed our great day out on the Gold Coast. Of course, we'd love to have your company again next week. Till then, stay safe and have a great night.